Hello friends, TeresaLouise here, and welcome to Sunday Sew and Chat. Today is April 20th. Happy Easter. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. It is cloudy, rainy, snowy in my neck of the woods, as usual. Let's see who we have here. We got a few people here already. It says we have 11 waiting. Thank you, you 11 people. Hi, Willa. Hi, Kim. Hi, Polly. Hi, Melina. Hi, Donna. Hello, Candace. Hi, Meryl. Hi, Diane. Hi, Lori. Hi, Lisa. Gee whiz, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? We got a little bit of snow yesterday. Sunny now, but cool. Yeah, it's pretty, been pretty chilly here. Hello, Snarky. Welcome. I'm not sure I've seen you here before. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's been thunderstorms since yesterday. That says Polly. Hello, Deborah. Deborah is in Western Washington. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lori. Okay. So that's who we have so far. I hope I didn't miss anybody there. So I haven't been doing much. I've only been, since I've seen you last, this is like I've only been up here a couple of times. Haven't gotten hardly anything done. I did come up yesterday and I sewed with Katie, the Greenland quilter, for a little while. And that was fun. We had fun. I did get a block done that I was working on. It was a Quilt of Valor block. Oh, shoot. I was going to show you. Let me grab it real quick. Sorry it's so dark over here too. My lamp burnt out, but it's not the light, not the bulb. I don't know what's going on with it. It may have just, might be old and it shit the bed. Okay, so my local sewing group here, we do a couple of Quilt of Valors once a year. And we each do a block that is given to us. Okay. And then we turn them in. They get sewn together. And then somebody quilts it, either me or there's a couple of other ladies that have a long arm. And then it's presented on Veterans Day. So we'll have a couple coming up, right? Veterans Day is in May. And yeah, so that's what I did yesterday. This is what it kind of looks like a log cabin block, but it's a little bit different. And it's pretty big, actually. So this is the block. And I think everybody is doing the same block. And I'm not really sure what the quilt will look like when it's all put together. But when it's done, I'll take pictures of it and post them in the Facebook group so you can see it. So I did get that done. Hoot hoot. I got so much done. I don't know. I just been, you know, I wasn't feeling well and I just laid around on the couch most of the time, sleeping and only doing what I absolutely had to do. I don't know if it's this medicine, this new medicine that just makes me so tired or what, it's supposed to keep your blood pressure or your, pulse down. So I can see where it would make you tired, but I'm going to talk to my doctor about trying to take less of it or maybe just taking it when I have an episode. I don't know if that would be good or not. Might not be too good to do that, but anyway, let's see. Hi, Deb. Hi, Nancy. Okay, Lisa. She's going to be lurking while she's working on her hexies. And hi, Kathy. Linda. And another Kathy. Deborah got 2 tops done for Project Linus, local chapter, and working on whips. She loves the block. Thank you. We got more done than I did. I did work on the horse for a little bit. Now, the horse that's behind me, that is just the pattern. That's not, you know, uh, the final project. Okay. It's just the gray and white, black pattern. So in a little bit, I will turn the camera so you can actually see how much I got done. I got kind of one of the ears done. I still need more to do on it, but I'm going to have to figure out my lighting over here. I need another like overhead light over here, I think. That would be nice. All right. Hi, Joe. I really wish the pop-ups wouldn't pop up right in front of the chat. That really irritates me. Okay, Linda. So I will be in and out as I'm working on dinner. Hi, Melanie. Kathy, the weather is cloudy, very cloudy. Makes you want to curl up, hot cocoa, and a good book. That kind of weather. Cloudy and cold. It's rained a little bit. We're supposed to get some snow tonight. It got down to like 20 degrees the other morning. Whew. Yeah, that was cold. I don't have high blood pressure. I just have a racing pulse, and it's called SVT. SVT. So it's kind of like AFib, but it's not AFib. And it just happens, off and on. So they're just trying to keep that under control because, I had all those bad episodes where I went to the hospital emergency room 3 times. They finally kept me in overnight. They put a heart monitor thing on me, sent me home. But I couldn't take any medication until they got the results back. So that was interesting. I was kind of like stuck in a loop. So it just wouldn't go down. Yeah, it's you can look it up on Google. It's SVT. I think that's what it is. I have it written down over here. Let me go get it. Well, I thought I had it written down. I could probably Google it. It is, let me see if I can Google it. Hi, Susan, or Suzanne. Sorry about that. Hello. Let's see. SVT. Subventricular tachycardia, something like that. My laptop is really slow. I look tired too. I just had a nap before I came on, so I'm still a little bit tired. And then it doesn't help that it's dark in here. That makes me tired too. Boy, okay. We're gonna try it again. It doesn't help that I had to quit drinking caffeine. I'm not used to life without caffeine. And it's been well over a month. You'd think I'd be used to it by now, but okay. Subventricular tachycardia. I'll write it down. SUPRA ventricular tachycardia. It is a type of irregular heartbeat, also called arrhythmia. It's a very fast or erotic heartbeat that affects the heart's upper chambers. Anyway, so that's what it is. Yes, Terry. Thank you. Okay. And my doctor thinks, that it's fairly mild. So I haven't actually seen a heart doctor yet. So what I try, when I have an episode, I just keep track of it. And if they start getting really bad again, then I'll go in and see a regular heart doctor. Yeah, I'm taking Metropol, I think is how you pronounce it. Hi, Mona. Really, Meryl? That is weird. That is really weird. Okay, listen to this. I am allergic to polyester, and when my uniform at work changed from cotton to polyester, they gave me shirts that were 50% polyester, and my heart went into tachycardia. Wow. Huh, that's amazing. You know, that is just amazing the different things that can cause different medical issues. I mean, you just never know, right? Yeah, my husband has AFib. So this is different than AFib. And he's had his heart shocked twice. Uh, no, more than that, 3 times. Yeah, my Brandon takes the same Metropol for his AFib too. And I don't think he hasn't gone back into AFib since his last ablation. Everything's been working out well. He needs to go in and see the heart doctor again because they're starting to wing him off of that. Um, so this month, next visit, he might be able to get off of that medicine completely, which would be great because you know, it keeps your heart rate down and it doesn't make you tired. Thank you, Deborah. Okay, so I'm sure everybody has seen this already. I've looked at it, but I'm going to look at it with you guys too because that's what I do. And it's my, uh, the Sew Sampler box. This one is for March and it's a pretty darn good box, I think. Yeah. And there's a couple of reasons I want to share it with you. Okay. Well, more than that, because it's a fun box. I enjoy sharing it with you. And I think we got some fun things in it this time. And quite a few things, actually. All right. So one of the things we got is a little vacuum cleaner. This thing is really cute. Okay. Little vacuum cleaner has these little brushes. Okay. So you can go along your cutting mat and, you know, get all the little thread fibers out of the cuts. And now the suction on this isn't a lot. I mean, it's little, but it does work. I tried mine. It does work. If you get this and it doesn't work really well, you might try charging it up because you do get a charger. Okay. I did see somebody on YouTube that tested it out and she didn't think it worked really well, but I kind of wondering if it wasn't charged up all the way. I don't know. Um, and if you charge it up all the way and it still doesn't work, I would send it back and ask for a new one. Okay. It also comes with this little attachment. So you can put it in like that. And then you can go along your needle area or wherever, you know, and that works too. It's not quite as good as suction as not having it on there, but it does work. And then you just, to clean it out, you just twist it, comes off, and the hair and the threads or whatever are just laying in here. And after I used it, I did have threads in there. So it wasn't my imagination. And I don't know if you can hear it. It kind of sounds like a little hair dryer. Okay, so here's the attachment for the charger. And then it also comes with a little brush so you can clean it out. And then, like I said, this doohickey. Okay. It comes with a little card talking about it, but it also has the instructions in there. So I need to make a little cute bag for this. So this is something I think I'm going to keep. I don't know if I would buy it, but I'm going to keep it because I'm going to clean my mat off with it. So let's look and see. Yeah, so I need a cute little bag to keep that in because, you know, I sew. I should be able to make something, right? Okay, so let's see what the retail value is on that. That is $8.98. And says, of course, Sew Sampler got it first. And who's it made by here? Let's see. It's a Fat Quarter Shop exclusive. Must be for the Fat Quarter Shop. So that's where I would go if you want to try and get one. All right. So I guess that's not too bad of a price. And it's cute. We'll see how long it lasts. $8.98. Okay. The other thing we got that I tried already was this iron cleaner. Okay, and this iron cleaner is $6.48. Okay, so I tried it on my big iron. So you heat your iron up first. You don't use any steam. Heat the iron up first, and then you put a big glob of it, of this stuff, on a cotton washcloth. And then you set your iron in it, and it cleans it, okay? So this was the spot on my big iron. That was my big iron, all right? Then I wanted to try it on my little iron, this iron. This iron was really dirty, really dirty. And, okay, I think that was that spot. All right. So then we all got to it, and it didn't all come off. I could still see dirt on the iron, like probably from buildup of starch and or fusible applique, because that stuff, you know, gets stuck on your irons. So both of the irons were still dirty. So we got to talking about it, and I think it was Laura in the chat said that she likes, it's called Magic Iron Cleaner. And we did get Magic Iron Cleaner in one of the boxes, Sew Sampler boxes, quite a while back. All right, so my verdict on this is it does work pretty good, but it does not work as good as this one. Okay, this one is awesome. I had not tried it yet, but after we talked about it yesterday, I got it out and I tried it. So this is Magic Iron Cleaner. Removes residue, safe for most irons, and it's non-flammable. Okay, so this kind of works the same as the other stuff. You put a big blob of it, you know, and you get your iron hot and all that stuff. So I cleaned this one, and this is what I got. That much more, okay? So on the first one, the first cleaning with this stuff, that's what I got. But then when I used this, that's what I got. And it polished up my iron. There is no more gunk on that. Okay. I have no idea how much it is, but can't be that much, you know. It's probably under $10. And this one's even made in the United States. So highly recommend this one. Good stuff. And, you know, like I said, this one did work, but, you know, I tried it a lot. This one worked really fast. I didn't have to keep doing it. This one I had to keep applying it, keep trying it. I had to work a lot harder with this one. All right. Oh, and then I went back and cleaned my big iron and with the other stuff, and I got that much more off of my big iron. And this was on the edges of the iron, you know. I didn't realize my iron was so dirty. Okay. Lynn, hi, Lynn. Oh, Lynn said, maybe it was Lynn that was talking about it. Anyway, that was the sample in the Jenny box, and it works good. Yep, I agree. Okay, now, Terry, you're probably going to say that, you know, I'm a bad girl because I have never cleaned the inside of my iron. Never. And I've had that iron probably 6 or 7 years now. And I do use steam in it. I do run it out of steam. So, you know, everything comes out of it. But I've never put any vinegar or done anything like that. I suppose if I had problems with it, like if the steamer wasn't working right anymore or something, maybe I would. But I mean, it has been 7 years, right? If I was going to have a problem, I would have had one already. All right. And then in the box, we got the endurance blade, rotary blade. So that's always good. I read to mix vinegar and water or you can damage the inside of the iron element. I have 2 irons. I don't put water in, but one of them leaves stains at times. The whole plate is clean. It must be something inside. Yeah. I take mine has those little holes in the plate, and I take a cotton swab with whatever cleaner and get those cleaned out. Some of the iron companies do not want you to use distilled water, so I would read what the instructions on cleaning it for whatever iron you have. I don't know why they don't want you to use distilled water, but some of them don't. Hi, Al. How's it going? Yeah, try the tip. Also, you can get those little Q-tips. I don't know if it'd be worth the money. Let me go get them. You get them in the sewing, quilting departments. This one, this thing, this one's already dirty, but these, you buy them to help clean out your sewing machine, you know, but you can also use them to clean your iron. It doesn't actually go all the way, but I mean, you can get it in there. Depends on how big those holes are, but yeah, it works. Just be careful doing it. All right. So yeah, these little keep handy. Okay. So that endurance blade, and I'm going to read the chat. I think I might have missed some stuff. Is Ulfa and $14.98 for one blade. I'm not sure if that's worth it or not, but I mean they do last a long time. But that's a lot of money for one blade, in my opinion. Thanks for the reminder on the thumbs up, Polly. Okay. Terry says, I have those, Teresa, thanks. I guess I will manually clean each hole in there and see if that stops the problem. Yeah, and also Tiffany on Tiffany's Quilting Life, she's done a couple of videos on how she cleans her iron. And I think she sets the iron right down in a bath of vinegar and water. I mean, not the whole iron, but the plate. But not while it's plugged in, but after it's heated. So she heats it up first, I think, then unplugs it and then puts it in that. I don't know. You have to go watch. It's been a while since I've seen it. Hi, Jean. Deborah says she doesn't use water in her iron, just spritz water or starch. Yeah, there's a lot of people that do that too. What do you think about Corey Yoder's collection? I don't know. I don't know that I've seen it. I'd have to go look it up. Okay, let me see if I was tagged anywhere. Oh no, Lisa, that's not good. Her Alysso iron sounds like it quit working. Al says distilled water works nicely without leaving minerals. Hi, Joan. Thank you for putting the links in. I appreciate that. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Donna H. And I said hello to Lynn. Hello, Susan. Hello, Susan, you're out. I hope I didn't miss anybody. All right. Mona says, I used distilled in my old little iron. Yeah, this stuff you put in on the towel and yeah, that's what I did. Okay. So let's see the fabric. Now this time we got a fat quarter bundle of 10 fat quarters. I was shocked because that does not happen very often at all. Okay. 28.98. It's called Waterfall New Beginnings Petite Fat Quarter Bundle Sandy Grievous for Riley Blake Designs. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. All right. So let's look at them, huh? Might as well look at them. They're very soft, like pastels. Polly says, I don't put water in my iron. I have a spray bottle. Hi, Rena. I use distilled water also. Hope that I will keep mine going for a long time. Yeah, I might use a different type of water in mine if our water was hard or, had a lot of iron in it. But our water here is filterized, goes through a lot of filters. So it's pretty, what I would call soft water. Aren't these cute? I think they would make a really cute little girl's blanket quilt. Sorry the lighting isn't very good, but I think it's not picking it up too bad. Yeah. That's pretty. Now we're going to get into some yellows. Oh no, Lori. Trying to fix her machine. It fell out of its case when she was moving it. Oh no. Oh, she did? Let me go back up here. Corey Yoder had a giveaway for clappers. Just remembered. Anybody know who won? No, I didn't see it. Here's another yellow. It's a nice yellow. This is, you know, kind of springy. This would be good Easter. That's probably why we got it in March. It's kind of a soft salmon-y color there. And here's a really nice stripe. Susan, did you check your breaker box and see if it tripped? Turn the switch off and on and test your plugs. That's what I did down here for my light, but didn't work. This light's working, but that light's not working. And I put a new light bulb in it, and it's still not working. Okay, I'll fix all that later. So that's what we got in the box, plus the patterns. Okay, this pattern is called Waterfall. Hi, Ellen. How you doing? Yeah, it's really pretty in these fabrics. 56 by 68. Yeah, it's a nice pattern. Nice big blocks, too. So that's the pattern. And then Peaceful Baskets Sew Along ended in March. So we got that last block. And here's the block. And we got the finishing pattern. So this is the last block is that one. And then this is what it looks like. So very nice. Let's see if that's a little bit bigger. And then here's the finishing. Comes out 66.5 by 86.5. And it looks like it has stars for cornerstones and sashing. So very nice. So that's the end of that. These are like $5. These are 10. So I think it was a really good box this past month. All right. Oh, and so next month, the new quilt along. Now, these monthly quilt alongs, they're open to everybody. It's $4.98 a month, and you can go on the Fat Quarter Shop and get the the block every time they release one. And it's the new one is called Flowering. Uh, and that's what the first block is going to look like, I guess. Starts in April. The quilt kit features Summertime by Camille. This will be a true forget-me-not, play on words there, or flowers, over the next 12 months. That's a really cute block. I might give it a try. Looks like it's got a lot of parts to it. So I wanted to show you that. And then the free cutting mat if we purchased $40 worth of stuff. It's just one of those little cutting mats. All right. That's done. I would like to make a sundress out of the first fabric you showed, the floral on the salmon background. Ooh. Now I have to look at it again. Oh, yes. With the big flowers. This one. Or with the little flowers. I think either one would be good. Very pretty. Okay, bye, Polly. Good to see ya. Both, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Susan says she got a 12 fat quarters of that Corey Yoder fabric. She said it's beautiful. Spring colors. I hear somebody coming up the road. Hold on. Oh, it was the neighbors. I wish that light hadn't gone out. It's so dark outside today that it's not very bright in the sewing room. Okay. Lisa's still lurking. I'm working on her hexies. Yeah, that was the Sew Sampler box from March last month. I'm really late, obviously. But I always am. Free is good. Yeah, and those small cutting mats are nice to have by your machine while piecing. Yeah, I like to have them. You know, I have my big cutting mat over there by the sewing machine, but you tend to cut always in the same spot all the time, and that mat wears out right there in that spot. So I like to have those little mats and put it over my big mat and use it. Use the little mat when I'm trimming up my piecing and my little blocks and stuff. Whatever will fit on the little mat, I like to use that. Working on ribs, can't move. I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner tonight because I made the ham yesterday. Kathy says, Susan, thanks for sharing that. You made me make up my mind about buying that fat quarter bundle. I'm going to make friendship stars. Oh, nice. I'll have to go back and watch that. I missed her Thursday. Hi, Valerie. Nice to see you too. Hey, Brenda. Let's go see if I missed anything else. Donna says she has the patterns for the baskets. Going to use her own fabric. Yeah, that's what I did too. I used my own fabric. But I only made 6 of the baskets, and I'm just going to put it together like that and just make a smaller quilt because I don't want to make any more baskets. I got tired of them. Yeah, the fabrics were really sweet in that box, Lisa. Okay, let me get back down here. No, Kathy, I have not seen that fabric line yet. I'll have to go look at it. Deborah, I've had my subscription to the Sew Sampler for over 3 years now. And, you know, after the first year, I kept saying there for a while that I was going to cancel it, but I just couldn't do it because I just love getting that little surprise every month. You know, it's like a present once to myself once a month. And I figure, I deserve that. Yeah, 3 years. And I have all the little cards so I can always go back and look. Right, Susan? How many times have I done that? Go back through my cards to try and find a certain pattern or product or whatever. And I think I've probably only made maybe 3 of the patterns, maybe 4, but I still, the fabric goes in my stash. So it's not like I'm not using it. I just don't necessarily use it for the pattern it was made for. Okay, Lisa, enjoy your dinner. I would sew, but my cat said no. Valerie says, I had my dinner 3 hours ahead. I had ham, mashed potatoes, etc. The best was chocolate cake with ice cream. Mmm. Deborah says, I save my cards and patterns also. Yeah. Every once in a while, I do a pattern giveaway, because those patterns are exclusive to the box, which I think is good. I think they should only be exclusive for a year. And then after a year, they should release those patterns. But that's my opinion. If I was in charge of marketing, that's what I would recommend. But anyway, I go through my patterns every now and again, and the ones that I know that I will never make, I do a giveaway and just go ahead and give them away to you guys because, I love you, right? And you support my channel. You're here, and yeah, every now and again I do a giveaway on them, or I send them to Susan. Yes, Susan, on some of mine, I do that. Like, if I see a pattern that I really like and I in the fabric and I'm gonna make it, then I put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in the closet in the section to be made one of these days. But I don't save the boxes. I don't really want like all that cardboard in my sewing room, just in case. I got enough cardboard in here. I don't need any more. Donna said she tried it for 6 months and dropped it. Didn't like what she got. Yeah, it's not for everybody. Um, I think it's better now than it was when the first year I got it. Yeah, and they take up too much room. I agree. All right. I think I'm going to do a little bit of collage quilting. Oh, geez, Susan. I couldn't make my planned dinner thanks to the stupid outlet issue. Going to have fish from the air fryer. I know, right, Rena? She says, I'm afraid that there's not enough one of these days for all the projects I want to make. Bye, Lori. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Quick and see how he's doing. If you guys don't mind, you'll get to look at this beautiful horse. It won't take me long, okay? I just want to check on him. All right, he's okay. All righty. Okay, I'm going to work on the horse. I need an intercom so I can push the button and go, how you doing down there? So here's the horse. The horse. It is a design by Emily Taylor, the Collage quilter, and it comes out to 36 by 47, so it's pretty big. That's the pattern. You use that as the pattern. And then now I don't actually put my cut pieces on the fabric pattern. I put it on the parchment paper, and that's Emily Taylor's technique. So if you want a lot more detail about this process I'm doing, she has a lot of videos. You could go over and check it out. And she says that this project is an advanced project, and I would have to agree with her, because you have to pick all your fabrics. You cut the fabrics out. There's no real pattern for cutting the fabrics other than this. Whereas some of those other ones I've done, they all come with like little paper piece designs, and it's a lot easier. So if you're going to want to try this, I would definitely do something easier first. And I was looking for the other pattern. Like the other horse that I did was Summer Breeze. And it comes with the papers, right? Comes with a paper pattern like this. So you put your fusible down, you trace all these onto your fusible webbing, and then you cut them out. Well, you before you cut them out, you iron them onto your fabric, then you cut them out. So it's a lot easier. It's kind of, kind of done for you almost. And it's faster. But when I did this project, I picked my own fabrics on it too. All right, so hi, Joyce. Happy Easter. Yeah, Emily Taylor does do a wonderful job. Yeah, Lisa Emily Taylor. Yeah. Collage quilter. Thank you for putting that in there. All right. So with this, you get a small black and white of the horse. You get a colored photo of the horse. And then you get a couple of pages of instructions and a value chart. Okay. And it's all grayscale. But she gives you pointers. And I think she has a video on doing the horse too. So you could check that out. All right. Now, I'm going to move the camera, I think. and face it towards what I'm working on so you guys can see it, okay? So give me just a minute. Thank you, Joyce. And I'll grab that other horse too so you can see it. This was the other horse. And then I did a blue one. Okay, I'm gonna move that camera. No, I haven't done the turtle pattern yet. I'm still working on it. See, I only got the ear done. And here's the other ear. Here's the eyeball. So parchment paper. And then I put this parchment paper over the horse pattern on the wall here, and I traced it. So it has all the lines that I need on there for placement. Oh, thank you, everybody. Patiently waiting. Thanks, Joyce. All right. So I'm not going to be able to sit down and do this, but. And I have all my fabrics right here. There's all my different fabrics. I have way more than what she recommends, which is actually makes it a little more confusing. I have determined. But you take the value sheet and pick out fabrics based on these values. And I'm kind of putting the darks in first. You don't have to do that, but that's kind of what I do with when I paint, especially with acrylics. Put the dark down first, go back over it with the light. All right. So then what I do is I pick out, oh, I need to turn my iron on. I need an iron. Now that's where these little craft irons are pretty handy, because I'm going to press that fabric onto the parchment paper. Now I use mostly batiks, but Emily uses regular cotton fabric. I think she does have a few batiks, but it's mostly cotton, regular prints. Now I gotta let that warm up. And so I'm going off on my photo of the horse, the colored photo. And I'm kind of staying in the same colors that she did. Just because I thought that would be easier this first time. And the last video I did of this, I talked a lot more about picking my colors. So if you want to see that, you can go back and watch that video. Yes, Renee, I agree. That's why I like batiks, is because it seems like you have, even if you just pick out one batik, you're going to have a lot of different ranges in that one piece. All right, so I want to use my, I'm going to bring my darks up here. And I save all my little pieces too that I end up with because you never know, you're going to use them. And the other thing I'm going to do is lay down the skin of the horse first, you know, and then I'll come back over the top of it with the long hairs. The skin. It's hairy skin, but it's short hair. Okay. Remember, thumbs up. Thank you, Lisa. All righty. Let's see, those two are the same. So what I can do is peel this back. And then, so this is my pattern, right? If I want to take this dark piece, now this would be easier if you had a light board for sure. And it doesn't have to be exact. All right, so there, I sketched it on there. Now I'm just tracing back over it a little darker. All right, see what I did there? Now I have to iron that back down on there. And I'll be able to see that through there. And I can trace back over it again. Now, you don't have to do this way at all. You can just cut your pieces and start putting it on there. And I have done that in some of the sections. Okay. All right. Let's see if that's hot. I kind of pulled it back a little too far, but okay. And then I have my scissors. And I'm not following exactly on the line, just kind of close. I'm going to peel that paper off of there. The other thing I like to have is tweezers. And you just place it and then like that. And then I don't press it down completely because I might want to put fabric under it or over it or just take it completely off. The other way you can do it is just here's another dark. Now, that doesn't mean you use the same piece of dark in this whole section. That just means different darks go here, okay? So I could just kind of eyeball it like so. And then bring it over here. And that's how you do it. You just keep doing that. The other reason why you need tweezers, getting that darn paper off of there. All right, get a different color in my darks. I've been using, it's black, but it's got really dark blue and brown. So it's not a solid black. And this is a really deep blues. It's got really deep purples in it. So again, I could just cut out some pieces. Like that. Which is a lot faster than trying to trace it, right? And I just stack them up on there. And you want to overlay them a little bit, at least an eighth of an inch. Sometimes I do like a whole quarter of an inch, and sometimes more than that. That's the other thing I like about doing collage quilts is you can just keep layering. Bye, Lisa. It was great to see you. Yeah, it's like painting with fabric. Exactly. Okay, here's another dark one I could use. And, you know, I can be a little more picky on this. Like maybe I just want all the darker spots on this and not the light, or not as much as the light. So that. So, what are you guys working on? Sorry about the dead air. Sometimes when I'm concentrating, I can't really talk too. Um, Kathy R wants to know if I have a hard time picking colors for my collages. Um, sometimes. Sometimes I'll put a color down and then later on I'll go, no, I don't really like that. And if it's already kind of permanent, then I just go back over it with a different fabric. Otherwise, I can just take it off. That's what I like about putting it on the parchment first. And that's what I did with my other horses too. I put them on parchment paper first because it's a lot easier to change it. But like I said, you know, it's kind of like, or somebody said earlier, it's kind of like painting with fabric. I can always go back over if I don't like that or it got too dark and I need more light in there. I can always go back over it. Mona, how was the ribs? How do I know where to put the pieces? Um, because I have a pattern. This is the pattern. So I have a general idea of where um, I need to put my values, color values, from dark to light, what have you. And I took parchment paper and I put it over this and I traced all the dark areas, the really dark areas, onto the parchment paper. So you probably can't see it in the camera, but there are pencil markings all over on here. So I know where generally, right? I am cross stitching, but having a difficult time with numbers. Yeah, that takes some time counting your numbers. Question: do you quilt over all the horse to complete it? Um, yeah, you do. So you free motion quilt. People do it all different ways. It really depends on how small my pieces are. You can do